Oh geez, here we go again. Today was Wallycon Spring 2025. Lots of different vendors, big turnout, and let's just get right into it. Oh yeah, but first, this box again from our buddy John. Kind of a new vendor, starting with these dollar books here. Let's go. A big box or stack, short box. He actually was going to give me a long box to carry stuff in, but my dumbass forgot to bring the bag good enough to carry the long box on the trek. All right. Did I mention the John rules? I do every time that we deal with them. But he had remembered from maybe a month or so back, I mentioned that for my second set of Electra Assassin, I was only missing number 5. So while I was looking at his stuff, he said, actually, I have some stuff put aside here for you. So let me know if you want them. And I did, like, all of it. What a guy. He knows me well. A little bit of underground horror or something here. Fenry, book 1. Just, or like, independent stuff. You could tell there's really, look at all the kind of muscly, crazy art and stuff. The face is pretty good there, too. That's number 1. And number 2. He put a bunch of these aside for me. Barry Blair. It's pretty silly stuff. It's all adults only. Aircel, leather and lace. Take a quick look in here. I think we can get away with a few pages. You got stuff like this. It's kind of puffy, shadowy nipples and stuff. A lot of twinks and bulging underwear. He's always got a lot of twinks for those folks who are into that. They're always doing like this arch their backs and stuff. A bit femme. I better not show it too much, but what are they doing? They're gonna interrogate them sensually on this apparatus, I guess. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna keep these, but I kind of find it amusing to read this stuff. And I could probably I only paid less than $1 each for these, and probably be able to get more in cash or trade somewhere. So yeah, a bit amusing. That was leather and lace number 6. Here's number 10. So a word to the collectors out there too. These ones where it says warning, not to be sold to anyone under 18 years old. Along the top, those ones are the ones that have nudity and stuff. There's actually I wouldn't say PG or general audiences versions of these, but there's versions without nudity or sexuality that don't have the adults only warning. So yeah, be advised. Leather and lace number 12. Number 15. So those new watchers, welcome. You don't know what you're getting into here. Here's number 17. Number 19. Yeah, and he put a bunch of underground stuff aside for me too. Man, that guy rules. Be jealous. But the value of friendship and camaraderie out there, right? We've all got them. Rip-Off Comics number 5. We've got some Sheridan in there. That's cool. Some more Barry Blair, Aircel for adults. Sapphire number 6. Number 8. Number 9. A trade paperback of Sapphire. Trailer Trash. Who did this? I know Comic Cracker's talked about this on his channel, I think, right? Check it out. What's on the back? From the collection of Comic Crack. The homie with his own stamp saying, stamp your stuff, why not? That reminds me, I think I'm going to shout out some other favorite comic hall type or comic showcase channels. And this just because I haven't in like that much. I guess it's been like a year or two that some of you guys have been here, so you've probably seen it like once or twice. But just for anybody new, or just to like have a bunch all in like one section, and it's not for like money or back scratching or anything, just for fun. Because I know for me, I listen to YouTube a lot at work, and then like I'll I glance over and stuff, and so it's kind of nice to like not run out of content to watch or listen to. So if you feel the same, I'm gonna leave some links to some other channels that I enjoy or recommend if I'm similar. Because I always want more. I'm like I hate when I run out during the week. Another issue that he kept aside for me, Zap number. I don't see a number on here, but I guess there's a Spain. Oh no, wait, there's number 12. Spain cover. I hesitate to open it up because it's probably adults only. You know what? I'm pause and preview and see what we can do. Okay, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff I probably couldn't show without getting into trouble on the YouTube, but here's some cool stuff I probably can show and not get into too much trouble, if at all, Yeah, kind of getting into this underground stuff again. You know me, I was always saying like I'm done with all the rebellion and decadent cynicism and stuff that undergrounds have, or the angst and stuff, but there's a lot of good underground stuff out there. I just like kind of like any genre. There's always what do you call it? Needles in the haystack of like gold. I guess you could say. I better not actually. I was just gonna like flip through this from force of habit, but I better not. I better just yeah. We'll keep moving here. I think there's Sheridan, right? No, there's S. Clay Wilson. My bad. Okay, let's continue. Yeah, thanks again, John, for putting those aside for me. What an awesome guy, man. Some people just rule out there. It's kind of life affirming, man. There's good stuff out there, man. The spirit. So this other stuff is kind of more mainstream for a little bit here. The rest of that box, but I got a bit of a deal and stuff. And Batman Nevermore, I guess that's Edgar Allan Poe, and I see that it's Len Wein writing and Guy Davis on the art. A set of 1 to 5 for $5, so that's cool. I guess I'm like gonna try out reading this Batman Who Laughs. That's number 3. I saw that this kind of like what would you call it, logo and the covers, they kind of look cool for this, and it's by like formerly resident of our city, Igor Corday. Bit of a homie, not to sound like a fame whore, but is a fun dude. That's Cable number 97, number 101. Nice guy. 102, 103, 105. If you ever hang out with him, I guess he's was he Croatian, and he's kind of like he kind of has like that cool like Hemingway-ish kind of like rugged like masculine artist kind of thing, man. It's pretty rad dude. 105, 106, 107. Why not get Cheryl Blossom, Archie Comics number 12. A little bit of like light humor once in a while. Can't always be crazy. Dark horror anthology. I see an indie horror thing that looks like it might be alright. I'll just grab it for $1, sure. Dark Horse Presents number 2. I figured like I might grab a bunch of these. I kind of want Dark Horse Presents. I'm like, maybe I could put a set together actually. Dark Horse Presents number 100, 2 of 5, with the Hellboy cover there by Wrightson. G.I. Joe Order of Battle number 1, the official G.I. Joe handbook. So I kind of like handbooks and stuff. They're kind of fun to flip through and stuff like that. A bunch of Mike Grell Green Arrow. I guess he did the first 80, John informed me. I have the first like 40 or so, I think, so I'll eventually be checking these out probably. Green Arrow number 40, number 41, 42, 43, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 53, 55, 58, 68, 70. So is that supposed to be Mick Jagger or something? I guess not. 77. The backup band certainly isn't the Stones. 78. Some Gru, again, another channel I'll shout out. I definitely been watching them since like I want to say 2018, maybe even 2017. Definitely 2018. Pop Comics, shout out. I like never really shouted him up before because I just figured everybody probably has watched and subscribed to him, and he's like a huge channel, so certainly doesn't need my help. But definitely respect that channel because he got me going to these shows a lot too. Seeing those haul videos back in the day. So he recommends Gru, and like, yeah, you kind of remember what it's like to just enjoy like childish, like innocent. Well, it's not totally, this humor is friendly to adults as well. Sergio Aragonés is like pretty genius in his comedy, man. He still got it. Gru, number 14. House of Mystery, number 236. A little bit beat up, but Bernie Wrightson cover, if I'm not mistaken there. I always say that the James Bond comics can actually be quite good a lot of the time, like maybe even better than a lot of the movies, right? An informed guess on this one, a set of 1 to 3 for 007, I don't see, okay, Serpent's Tooth is the name of the series, I guess. Doug Mensch and Paul Gulacy, definitely like Mensch's writing and Gulacy's art, so, and they're quite a good team, of course, a lot of the time on many things. Marvel's Greatest Comics, of course, reprints of Kirby, Fantastic Four. It's number 26. This looks like it could be, like, good or bad, Kind of like Mullet Cut by Tom Lintern. A big, thick one. That art style looks pretty good, though. Those colors are appealing. Who knows if it'll be, like, trendy, though. If it would be, like, iconoclastic or kind of, you know what I mean? But we'll try it out. Punisher, number 52. Funny looking cover and stuff, but I don't like my Punisher to be humorous, I was saying, but we'll try it. We'll see. Maternity War. This is one of those things where I feel like I get burned a lot when I buy Dynamite stuff, that, there's some hateration that you'll get, of course, on this channel a lot, but that the writing is, like, pretty sticky a lot of the time, but I just kind of want to find good Red Sonja. So I'll always try them for like $1, pretty much, because I know if I don't like them, I could just ditch them without losing anything. Number 4, number 11 of She-Devil with a Sword, of whichever volume. There's like 4 or 5 volumes at this point, maybe more, through Dynamite. Sword of Red Sonja, Doom of the Gods, The Return of Thulsa Doom. We'll see if they do that right on this one. Some old Sam and Twitch. Yeah, some of the new Sam and Twitch is fun as hell to read, man, actually. It's crazy how good that is to read. This might be the older series, though. I'm not sure. This is number 5 and number 6. Yeah, this is probably one of the older ones. Number 21. Some Sandman Mystery Theater. Some more Guy Davis with Matt Wagner on the writing. This is number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. Spawn, the toy comic. That's maybe the first toy from McFarlane Toys comic. Some Eric Larson Spider-Man. I'll always get these, especially for $1. That rules. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 334. The Revenge of the Sinister Six, Part 1 of 6. It's Adjectiveless Spider-Man number 15, more Eric Larson. Speaking of needles and haystacks, Star Wars comics. There's like about 1 million or 1 billion different ones in the world, probably. But same with like all the books and stuff too. It's probably up to the fans probably to discern which is best to be considered canon or not. But I think I've heard that this is one of the better series, if I'm not mistaken. Splinter of the Mind's Eye by Terry Austin and Chris Sprouse. This was the only issue that he had, I think, but number 1. Green Gray Sponge Suit Sushi Turtles, the parody of Ninja Turtles, the movie from Mirage Studios. This is Mark Martin, and he tends to be the Ninja Turtles Mirage Studios issues that I don't keep, that I don't really tend to like or get into, but I'll try. Maybe that was just like when I was younger. Maybe my taste has changed, but we'll see. I think I like my turtles to not be that so silly. The Undead, some Chaos Comics #1. I'll try that out. Rick Remender on Venom, so I'll try that out. You know me, I'm not super familiar with superheroes, but sometimes it can be fun, light reading when it's done right. That's Venom #3. Walking Dead, The Governor, Walking Dead #177, I guess. So, Weapon X #12. Is this volume 2 maybe? A big run of What If. There's What If Electra Had Lived. Again, Frank Miller doing this one on writing and art. Just for about the first third of the comic though, unfortunately, but still kind of good. That's What If Volume 1 #35. #37, What If the Beast and the Thing continued to mutate. Volume 2, I think, of What If now. #1, What If Iron Man had been a traitor. #11, What If the Fantastic Four all had the same power. I've mentioned this before, that when I was a child, this was the only interesting comic looked off on a spinner rack. Even though I was not the kind of kid that was into Fantastic Four. I liked Ghost Rider and Punisher and stuff. But when I read this, it was super fun to read, and one that I continued to enjoy reading it over and over. So this gets a seal of approval for me. Some more What If. A bunch of these I'm not familiar with though. #12, What If the X-Men had stayed in Asgard? 23, What If the all-new, all-different X-Men had never existed? 24, What If Wolverine was Lord of the Vampires? Nice, get it. Get it. This is a really good issue too. This one kicks ass. It's so dark and messed up, man. What If the Punisher had killed Daredevil? This is a fucking hardcore issue, man. #26, so it's all volume 2, I think. What If Namor had joined the Fantastic Four? #27. #30, What If Fantastic Four's second child had lived? I figured I kind of these used to be fun to read, and sometimes single issues of them would be really fun to read or even reread. So yeah, if they're cheap, I'll kind of put a bunch together. Why not? #32, What If Phoenix had not died? #33, What If Phoenix had rose again? It should be risen again, shouldn't it? Excuse me. 34, What If no one was watching The Watcher? Actually pretty funny for a humor special. 36, What If the Cosmic Avengers battled the Guardians of the Galaxy? This is probably getting towards stuff I'm not familiar with at all, maybe when I was not really reading superhero stuff anymore. But number 29, What If Captain America had formed the Avengers? Okay, if I showed this to him, I'm should this be in here, man? I thought I was being a little goody two-shoes, and all the people were that's a facsimile. And I felt like a real dunce, but they make these facsimiles look pretty real. But this will be a placeholder maybe till I get the real thing, but I'm not sure if I want to be a completionist on Wolverine. I kind of just keep the ones that I like reading. Anyways, Volume 2, #1, facsimile of Wolverine. Claremont and Buscema, I think, at that point. Is this Hama still writing at this point? #73, maybe one of the Kubert kids on the art. Doesn't look like it though. Okay, some X-Men, Uncanny X-Men #185. For $1, sure. I'll just see if I'll upgrade or for friends or sale. #240, some Silvestri era. 259, Uncanny X-Men #272, the Jim Lee era. #277. I gotta say though, man, I don't really like the costume redesigns that he did. I feel like the yellow and brown Wolverine costume is one of the best. So yeah, another channel I may as well shout out at this time too, who shares that same opinion. What's his name? Robert Norton. He's an opinionated guy though, so he might not be for everybody, but I find him very entertaining and informative. Good stuff. Yeah. Agreement on the brown and yellow being the best costume for Wolverine. A point of controversy for sure. #278. Okay, these ones I was these ones are in the maybe pile, so he's I'll charge you a little less for them on the maybe pile. Chew, John Layman and Dan Boltwood, #3. #5. I've just been recommended this, so try some out. Some more What If. What If #43, What If Wolverine had married Mariko? I'll definitely read that. Yeah, these Dark Horse Presents, because I'm it would be fun to put a a run of Dark Horse Presents together, but I don't really want to. I want to pay less than $1 each to do that. Number 3, number 5, I think it's doable. Number 6, because I just kind of like, I don't know if I'll ever get, when will I actually get around to reading them? It feels like maybe I'll be an old man by the time I actually just like read them. Number 7, number 8. There should be like, it is one of the best anthology series, so it's like the rate of like good stuff in them. Like, you're not, a lot of anthologies, of course, you've heard me say this before, that like you'll be lucky if you get one good story in there, or like good art, good writing, but the percentage of good stuff in Dark Horse Presents is pretty high. You're like usually 50% or more, I'd say. Number 9, number 30, Phil Norwood cover there. Yeah, he always does good stuff. Number 31, number 38, number 40. Some might be doubles. So one of the points, sometimes when I'm putting a bunch of stuff together, I'm just like grabbing them from bargain bins, and then I'll like make my wish list when it's actually a little bit more, like if you were to fire randomly in the dark or blindfolded, you can kind of like be hitting your targets more when they're, it's hard to explain. You really need to like fill holes in the collection once it's more filled, right? Number 44, number 45, iZombie, number 10. I saw this is Mike Allard, so Chris Robertson, Will Eisner, John Law, Detective, number 1. He threw these in for free from the 50-cent bin. I wish I would have known. I would have got more of these. A bunch of Airboy, because I kind of want to like try reading a bunch of Airboy all in a row. Maybe it's fun. Chuck Dixon, Airboy number 3, Enter the Heap, Return of the Heap. Deathlock, book 1 of 4. I don't know how good this is, but I was missing this for my set, so I'll check it out and then act accordingly. It's more Aircell, Dragon Ring. Is this more Barry Blair? Or do you see more Twinks? Yeah, I think so. Is it Barry Blair? It kind of looks like it might be. I'm not sure who it is, but I know there's like Dale Keown, and the other guy's good too on Dragon Ring or Dragon Force. Right? Number 10. Oh, I'm gonna shout out another channel that covers like a lot of indie underground stuff, and his emphasis is on like good art and writing. And yeah, he has like a really good independent and underground comic collection that he goes through too. And this art style never really like rang with me, or whatever you'd call it, clicked, I guess. But him going through the stories, it kind of it seems like it's like the Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, or like a, iconoclast out in the wilderness, kind of like just living free and like outside of society and the laws and stuff back in the pioneer days. Journey, The Adventures of Wolverine McAllister, number 13. These are like often in bargain bins, and but of course, since I've been looking for them in bargain bins, now I like don't find them as much. Used to be able to put a set of these together for like $0.25 each, it seems, maybe even back a few years ago. Number 13. Number 14. Mystery Quarterly, number 2. I love these. Number 5. Tales to Astonish, starring the Submariner, number 4. Some Valkyrie, number 3. Chuck Dixon and Paul Galassi. Hell yeah, dude. I love these also. Vietnam Journal, number 2. And lastly, from John, he had just a few trade paperbacks and hardcovers, and he just asked for like $10 for this. It's a little bit damaged up here, which is weird. I'm starting to care about that stuff, but I also come from like, or grew up in an era where trade paperbacks and like graphic novels were like, they're just meant for you to read the story. Like, you don't really care about the collection, or like we never really worried about the damage or wear and tear on them. Now though, when you look back, you do see value in stuff, especially from like the 70s or 80s or like earlier, especially, that it's valuable, especially when it's out of print and stuff. But Stuff like this will probably remain in print, but it's the Last Ronin director's cut, which I guess has a bunch of extra stuff. And I do like the story enough to give it some shelf space. And if it's the director's cut, that's cool. If it has like cover art and other little goodies behind the scenes or something. Some variant. There were a freaking ton of variant covers for these, and a lot of them looked really cool, actually. I wish that they showed more. It's cool that they show a bunch of these Eastman ones, so that rules. Then I guess some scripts, story notes by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. I love concept art too. Some Kevin Eastman concept art. By the looks of it. It's really nice to see him like still drawing stuff, man. Tritone is a nice way to work too, by the looks of it. Just black, white, and some kind of mid-tone. I can look at this a little while longer. Why not? Not getting, what's it called? Impatient, right? Man, Casey Jones rules. It's like my freaking hero, man. In the first appearance of him, when you just see him like he's just watching rad movies and doing arm curls and stuff with weights. It's like, yeah, I could do that too. Like, seeing that as a little teenager being like, oh, that rules, man. Just be watching your favorite movies and working out. Oh no, it has that too. Oh well, I'm not, like I said, for $10, it's kind of like, I'm not worried about that right now. Okay, on to the next vendors. Okay, yeah, so there weren't a lot of dollar bins there, which is a little bit sad because that's kind of when that con used to have a ton of dollar bins. It was kind of like the low budget awesome con to me a lot of the time. Like there is a lot of bigger ticket items which we're gonna get to, but yeah, I found like $1 bin there. Well, there were a small handful, but nothing too crazy. Besides our homie John's, of course, awesome dollar bins. But here's one that we got a few things from. Steve Canyon by Milk Kniff 3D. I've just heard this like recommended before, I think too, and I kind of like 3D stuff. It's kind of fun to check it out when it works good. Some Charlton Horror by the looks of it. Haunted number 9. This cover looks all blurry. It's so weird. It looks so blurry though. Like maybe the printing was messed up. Some more Aerosol Warlock 5 by Denis Beauvais. I think this is painted interiors, is it? I think this is supposed to be like the good shit here, if I recall correctly. Shout out Big Elbow recommending this stuff to me. Quite a while ago, I guess, but yeah, I've been keeping my eyes out for it since then. Here's I guess this is kind of like Terminator, like they're doing everything in the kitchen sink, like horror movies, Terminator influence and stuff, but it's supposed to actually work out pretty well, I think people say. I remember Cartoonist Kayfabe, of course, talking about this too. Some Uncanny X-Men number 188, sure, for $1, sure. Another dollar comic from a different booth. Marvel Comics presents Wolverine number 88 with Sam Keith Wolverine. Putting together a second set, 92 as well. And he also had in a little box of trade paperbacks on the floor this Stray Bullets volume 7. I asked him to go down to 10 and he said sure. So yeah, I like this. Like I have the omnibus, but I just find like omnibuses, however you'd say it, they're too like unwieldy for me. I like just trade paperback size. I prefer it, I guess. Okay, another booth, which they had like a $2, it was all $2 stuff, mostly. But they had a deal where you could fill up a short box for $50 if you wanted, which it might be the way to go. Actually, the thing to do probably next time is like get a friend and just do like $25 each and get like half a short box of stuff. But yeah, not a lot of like the stuff that I would have been interested there I already had, so I didn't do that deal. Anyway, I saw this all new official handbook of the Marvel Universe. I'm like, yeah, why not check out some new Marvel stuff? I like the old Marvel Universe handbooks, right? Why not check out some new stuff? Let's do that. Okay. like Albert and LCD. This kind of has like the Sylvester look too. Let's check out some new stuff. You know what? About checking out new stuff? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'm wrong. Like, I just don't. It's not like the people of color. It's just like the character designs. I'm like, come on, like, do I really want to look at characters that look like this, man? For like a whole comic book or anything? Hold there's oh, I thought it was Devil Dinosaur for a sec. I like this though. That's old, 1940s though. But, bruh, ain't nobody care about none of this, man. Come on now. Ain't nobody want to look at this. Maybe that's a joke. Maybe they're trying to make this look all lame stuff. Okay, Bad Girls Inc. though. We'll take that. Captain America number 385. First appearance. Okay, I'll be looking out for that one. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, another $2 book. Just because I was like, I like Elektra. I'm not like a fan of Brian Michael Bendis very much, but I thought these are like a little bit in demand or supposed to be kind of good actually. I don't know if I'm remembering that properly though, with the Greg Horn covers too. Brian Michael Bendis and Chuck Austin, Elektra number 1. Back from Marvel Knights, which was a pretty good imprint back in those times too. So I'll try it. I'll just try it. Here's another $1 book, but different vendor. But yeah, nothing too crazy over there this round. Colt, I saw that it's a Glacy art, but not on the interior, sadly, when I look at it. These are from a 50-cent bin that he had. Most of the stuff there is pretty beat up, though. So sometimes there's scores there, though. But 18 number 1. It's weird, you see this issue around and people like trying to get like significant money for it, and even online. I don't know if it's good. I think I've heard good reviews of this one too. You know what? That reminds me. There's another channel that I found that was like showcasing some of this stuff. I'll link him too. If you guys want. Like, I'm not trying to chill or be like a freaking dork, but if you guys want to hear some, like, these are all channels that I can like binge and listen to and stuff. Okay, Don pulled this up for me and he's like, here, get this. 50 who made DC great. I'm like, man, I don't care about superheroes or the history of freaking DC superheroes or anything. I don't know. Like, I see this as this Richard Corbett quote. That's nice, though. What does it say? In the mid-40s, I discovered the wonderful medium of comics. We read them, we traded them, we used them as a way to establish new friendships. What great times were centered around comics, and what wouldn't I give to have my old comics collection back again? That's cool. And yeah, some of this stuff, I don't know. I feel like I'd be doing homework. I'm not naturally interested in this. Nothing against people who are, because it takes, there's all in the world, and that's kind of the beauty of it, the infinity of it all. But yeah, I don't know if this is for me. I don't know why. I feel like I have like no time to read. Like, there's too much. Oh, okay, Fleischer Studios, that rules. Bud Collier. Yeah, this is like, as I approach middle age or whatever, it's like, do I just want to be an expert? I feel like those guys that wear like ugly shirts and stuff when you watch like a documentary on a band you used to like, and then there's just some nerd that knows about them, and I can't be that man. I don't know. I'm just fucking talking shit right now. I just mean like in documentaries and stuff. What are they called? Bud Plant, that's called. George Perez, Marv Wolfman. I'm not gonna read this. Helen Slater. What a cutie pie. Oh yeah. Frank Miller. Okay, there we go. I might read that one. Probably read that page. Superman Peanut Butter. I'll be sure to be an expert on Superman Peanut Butter. I'm sure there's interesting bits in here, though. Who else we got? Jim Henson. I've always been interested in comic books as an art form, and when I was younger, I was addicted to them. The comic I loved best, though, was Pogo. After all, Kermit's beginnings were in a swamp, too. Stan Lee talking about DC, I guess. Comic books are like potato chips. You can't read just one, but they're also practically a public service. They fight illiteracy by encouraging kids to read. They stifle ennui by stimulating the imagination. They dazzle the eye and nourish the spirit. Comic book creators are the myth makers of our time. I'm proud to be in their number. Okay, more Gru. This is number 11. Number 12. Yeah, we all love comic books here, obviously. Comic books do grow, man. Number 18. Number 20. These are going to be... I look forward to these. These do make me smile. They're nice. Number 26. Number 67. Man, he's done a lot of these, eh? Some more Journey. This is Journey number 11. Okay, so we have like 11, 12, and 13 or something. Okay, another vendor. Jeff, he had a bunch of magazine boxes, and kind of magazines are pretty sweet. A lot of old like underground and indie stuff, right? This was from the $2 bin, firstly. Eclipse number 4. With some Coyote. I think Coyote by Englehart and Rogers was kind of supposed to be at its best point in this magazine form, maybe. I don't know if it was reprinted later. I like the cover or the art style of this. It looks like kind of indie fantasy adventure. Heroes, March 1986. Let's take a look in here. I've read a little bit though. I don't know if it'll be like actually fun to read. And it looks like it was transferred from color painting maybe to black and white. So that can work like to its dismay sometimes if it's not translated properly. But or I mean from color to black and white, right? It can be too dark or too light, but it looks pretty capable, the art. So we'll see about this. Fine looking lady, kind of Psylocke looking. Okay, Marvel graphic novel Starstruck from what's it called? But anyway, I've tried to read this a bunch, but oh yeah, Lane Lee and Michael Kaluta. But maybe it's gonna be easier for one thing at this actual original magazine size, due to it like the text. Even the text is pretty small at this magazine size, I have to say. It's like freaking hard to read in the when it's shrunk down to comic size. So maybe this will be easier, but man, I love this line artwork though. Like Cluda. It's kind of Mobius-y, eh? I've never heard of this before. Oh yeah, these are from like $3 bins now. Dragon Lady Press. Gran Torino. Gran Torino Press. Dragon Lady Press, number 3, Tales of the Green Beret from Joe Kubert. The Best of Tribune Co. presents. Collected for the first time. I've never heard of this, but is it like a daily or weekly comic strip by Joe Kubert about the Green Beret? Some character. I'm down for it. Definitely, I'll give it a try. Okay, from the like various priced magazines now. This is where some good stuff can be found for sure. Gasm number 1, November 1977. There's a lot of like risque-ish kind of stuff in here. Nothing too crazy, but Judith Hunt on the art for this one, and Charles Dixon. I'm guessing that's Chuck Dixon, just early on being called Charles, maybe. There's a lot of other names in here too, but I'll just concentrate on the ones I'm familiar with personally. Charles Dixon, I guess he drew this too? Yeah, this Dixon, that must be Chuck Dixon, right? Goddamn fucking kids, get away from that car. Ever since they legalized misdemeanors, you can't leave your car alone for a second. Damn right, Zorn. They kind of compensated by making felonies punishable by immediate execution. Which makes our job easier, eh? Yeah, dude. That's a felony. Let's take them. There's a bunch of aliens and stuff fighting. Kind of good. Indie underground sci-fi. It can go either way. It's very whimsical back then. I think very like I don't know what to call it. A lot of the time there's not really any kind of great lesson that you're gonna take out of it. It's just like kind of a silly twist joke ending that you're gonna get at the end. But I'm not sure if that's gonna be the case, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. They often have their charm for sure. This looks pretty cool. I like the way this looks. Who did this? It says M. Jones, Connie Harold, 1977. Okay, let's continue. Pretty close to having the first 2 years of heavy metal complete. Here's August 1978. One of the ones I was missing. But it's always worth like flipping through these a little bit. Let's see who they've got in here. Always heavy hitters, man. These are just stacked. Workman, Kaza, Doug Mensch, Alex Nino, Grey Morrow, I guess, Philip Drouillet, Mobius, Richard Corbin, and Jan Strnad. New Tales of Arabian Nights. Rack was recommending that one highly. It was maybe one of the best. But I think, okay, I'll show you guys here. These colors look pretty good. I think he was showing a collection that like where the colors looked really good. These look pretty freaking good though, actually, on this heavy metal paper. They did freaking good work. Even going back. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm looking forward to reading some Mobius Airtight Garage though. I'd really like to like get be able to read Airtight Garage like in order and stuff. I wonder if it will matter very much, or if it's so surreal that it's like if it would like trying to build up and read them in order would really matter. Here's Philip Drouillet. Really nice colors actually. We'll continue. Oh boy, that's nice too though. These guys are so crazy back then, man. The mania. No wonder they all end up wearing glasses. So much detail. Okay, now I don't feel too bad. Hopefully, like having to start wearing glasses won't be the end of it. It doesn't have to be bad. Here's something by Mobius that I've never seen before or even heard of. The Magic Crystal by Mobius and Bati. This was like $15 or so. Well, he gave me a pretty good deal on all these, though, actually. It was pretty sweet. But yeah, I've never seen or heard of this one. It almost looks like the faces kind of look like they might not have been designed by him. So I wonder if it says like, it doesn't really say who wrote and who did art. It just says like co-creators, like, so, or it says it's like by both of them. So I'm wondering if they might have even collabed on the art. This kind of thing looks good. This is like the sellers here though. You know, you're getting like some good Mobius probably. The colors, man. I love his colors. It must be him coloring it. Or informing the color at least. Like, screw all that like redone computerized coloring, man. Fuck that shit on his art, man. Yeah, anyway. 1984, number 7. Because I'm looking for these ones that have Mutant World by Corbin and Strnad. Accidentally bought a double of this, though. That'll be coming up in a later video. That I bought stuff earlier than this, but I forgot to cross it off my wish list. So this will be for sale, but it's got yeah, some Mutant World in there and some other good stuff. Speaking of Corbin, let's go. Grim Wit, first print of number 2. The first appearance of Den in any print or anything, I guess. I don't know. How's that for a key? You know, I don't care about keys, but it's kind of cool that, or this might be like an undervalued key, if you will, if it is in fact the first appearance of Den. But yeah, iconic cover and stuff. I gotta say though, and it's got Death Rattle. I think this was maybe reprinted in Death Rattle Anthology. I'm not sure though. There's a lot of Corbin that I still haven't read. He's so prolific that like even throughout your lifetime of reading like heavy metal magazines and all this stuff, you'll still find more that you didn't know. But I'll say that this like if you're into Den, you might not be missing out by not having this one because it looks like it's not the best print quality on this paper or the transfer or whatever. The other collections are probably better, but this is kind of, it's just a cool relic to have this, I think. Yeah, in lack of like awesome bargain bins and stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna try to get like some grails. Maybe now's the time. Why not? When they're pretty decent price and stuff. Yeah, happy about this. We're crawling out of the bargain bins now, guys. Find some wicked shit sometimes. I mean, it's like kind of like, am I gonna get that instead of like for $20 instead of like 20 fucking shitty things that like end up being shitty. Trying out something that like ends up just sucking. You can like, that's gonna be good, and if anybody's worried about the money or whatever, that that's gonna never go down in price either. Yeah, a lot of this kind of thing, right? Tales from the Leather Nun. This is Sheridan and like Jackson. Who else they got in here? You got Spain and Crumb and stuff in here too. Some weird like adults only underground stuff. This from Ferd. Man, that guy, like him and his homie that sits like next to him and like that whole area of the con that are at cons. I want like everything they have. But you could easily just like blow hundreds of dollars there with like only like getting this much stuff. But you'd be pretty happy too at the same time probably. Yeah, this is pretty awesome shit. Edgar Allan Poe, Richard Corbin, and Richard Margopoulos. This looks really, this is really minty. I think this is like an 1985 or something. Valentine Books. Yeah, these are like so minty. That Fur Guide stuff is minty, man. But the reason that I like this too is it looks like the art looks so good too in this black and white, it seems. I think there might be color and stuff in here, I'm not sure, but how nice does that look, man? This looks wicked. It looks so spooky already. This is gonna be so fun to be with. Just get all spooky. Oh, here's some color stuff too, and that looks really nice too. Yeah. I think this was only like $20 too, because I just did a bulk deal with them. I always feel like a little weird asking for a deal, but I just try to be like respectful and sincere and stuff. Kind of have like a positive attitude too. Not be like, oh sir, please. I don't know. Friendly neighborhood. Hagelman. Yeah, it's like, if I just get a bunch of stuff, I'm wondering if you would do like some like 25% off or something. And he's like, yeah, okay. So, yeah. Damn, son. And yeah, I did this too, because I've just been looking at this and wanting this for so damn long, man. But yeah, you gave me a discount, thankfully. But still, it's, it's not cheap. One moment. Yeah, but it's minty, and usually I don't even put plastic on like any kind of comic, trade paperback, or book or anything, but I'll probably put 30 minutes of plastic after when I'm not reading it. Oh man, this came out for like $30, right? But now you'll never find it anywhere for less than like 80, it seems, and like maybe even beat up at that point. And plus you'll have to ship it, and then who knows what's gonna happen with that. This is still creaking. This is like all new. Creepy presents Richard Corbin. This is kind of another grail. So some people out there might already have it. Kudos to you for getting it before maybe the bell curve started like going up in price and shit on this, man. I don't know if it'll continue, but this will be a nice repository. I'll be really surprised if I like do not love this reading it. Yeah, man. Well, the only reason I say that too is because some creepy and eerie stuff, it's kind of like a little too. Sometimes it's like just more comedic rather than actual horror, or you know how it is with like anthologies and stuff. But Corbin usually brings the goods. He's a real motherfucker, man. You can count on him, man. He's down for the cause. This is crazy. This is a real thick boy. This is a big boy. Yeah, I'll probably put it in the plastic because just knowing me, I'm like a magnet for freaking the dark ones and shit to fucking fuck with. Like there'll be like some kind of soda drink can will explode like across the room and manage to only hit this. I'm sure I'll just be real careful with this. Because it'll be like an heirloom, man. If anything happens to me, a lot of these books, guys, friends and family, if you ever see this, if anything ever happens to me, some of this stuff is worth money, okay? Just throw my body in the land, whatever, in the trash bin, and just either keep this stuff or you can do something with the money. Anyway, getting towards the end, his buddy next to him, he has like so much stuff that's just all weird fetish and erotica art and comics and magazines, man. That shit's so wild, man. Even like Jack Cole pinups or what's his name, Stanton, the guy who's like homies with Steve Ditko, and like all that weird like old erotica and kink and shit, man. Like he's got so much of that stuff, but it's like the going rate, or like maybe even a little less, but that's still that's like not little kid prices, man. But I just try to keep it to like not I'm gonna try not to be just like a historian. I have to actually be like for my personal enjoyment rather than just like the knowledge or conserving like a library or archive or something. I have to like actually be like, this shit's fucking, click. A lot of fun memories growing up with these, and like, shout out to the ladies who like this stuff too. But this is just so wild and like insane, man. This is like, it's too raunchy, it's too perverse, but Milo Monero's art is like just so hot. It's so fucking nasty though, but you're not gonna really find like this is another thing where probably it's I got a pretty decent, well, $20 or whatever for this, so, but it was like pretty dusty. I did clean it now, make it look all new. I did the old trick again, like I say. You could just a little bit of like rubbing alcohol. I like these spray bottles, and you just like rub away from the spine. You spray the alcohol on the cloth itself. Lastly, part of that deal too, he had this. I just saw like he had piles of stuff that weren't on display, and I saw just like the bottom of something that said Fantagor press. Sorry, Fantagor Press. Try talking for an hour straight. Fantagor Press. And I was like, hey, what is that over there? It says that. And this is like kind of what I was looking for the most. This is like high on my list because I've been trying to get even those 1984. Is it the first 7 or 8 issues that have this? And I have like a couple of them now. But those are like $10 each, usually. And you might even have to send away, and maybe you won't even be able to get all of them. So it's cool to get this, man. Mutant World. This is like one of the ones I've been wanting to read the most. This is the last of it, guys, so I'll just keep flipping through a little bit. Thanks for watching. More to come. I think the next video I'll try to, there was a book sale also, a huge one, so I might post something from that. Don't be alarmed. There might be more like video game fucking compilations and or music related stuff too. I just like don't want to make separate channels because it's a pain in the ass. But what I'd like to do, or even like meme edits and stuff that I have like like stored up on the computer or the phone. But it's so weird. Like you make when you upload a meme one, then comic guys unsubscribe, or like when you upload comic stuff, that meme people unsubscribe. But it's too lazy to make a new channel for each thing, guys. But what I've figured to do is just have like, you know, I've been having sometimes comic videos like once a week, and I would just rather like upload a bunch of stuff in a week so that I'm not diminishing the rate of one type of content. So if I basically what I'm saying is if I upload a different type of video, there will also be the same amount. Like this will be like a comic haul video that week too. God damn, his lighting and his coloring. How does he do this? Fuck, this is gonna rule, man. Okay, I have like, do I even need to buy comics anymore for a long ass time? There's a bunch coming up though anyway. Yeah, and probably the next video will be a book haul video. A couple comics to start out there. They didn't have a lot, but just a little handful maybe on that one. Oh, fuck, this rules. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stick around. If you like the video and you're new, please like and subscribe if you care to continue seeing more. Okay, and yeah, always nice to hear from you guys and talk comics and stuff too. Always nice to hear from you, even though sometimes I'm too dumb to reply to anything. Well, I don't know what to add to it, so I just like click like and stuff. But really nice to hear from you guys. And take care out there and happy hunting. All right, peace.